Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We're here with Tiffany. Tiffany, you're going to have to unmute yourself. Not let me do that.
There we go.
There we go.
Hello, everyone.
So I am Lisa with the Oklahoma Indian Festival, and we will be having another live event this Saturday, September 5th, 1:30 on this channel right here on the Oklahoma Indian Festival. And we are bringing you one of our artists for this weekend. I'm so excited to have Tiffany with us. Tiffany is a jeweler, a Cherokee jeweler with Cherokee Ridge Jewelry Design, and she recently won an award at the Heritage Center's homecoming. Was it the homecoming?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so we couldn't be more pleased to have another award-winning artist joining us here. So, Tiffany, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know I said you were Cherokee, but why don't you tell us how you got started in jewelry?
Well, I started, years back, and I was doing my own mining and selling my rough material and finished material to other jewelers. And I decided, hey, they're making my stuff into beautiful jewelry and making money off of it, so maybe I should give it a try. And so I took a jewelry class, and I thought, hey, I'm kind of good at this. And so I took a couple more classes and got even better at it, and just kept on from there. And 4 years later, I was really good at it. Well, I think I am. I don't know. I just won an award, so I must be kind of good at it.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. You must be kind of good at it if you just won an award. So.
And I like beating the crap out of metal, so that makes it a lot good. I mean, that's fun. And it's very cathartic. It's a lot cheaper than therapy, that's for sure.
That it is. That it is.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about the space you're working in right now.
This is my studio here. As you can tell, I like hammers. Hammers, that's only a few of them. There are more of them you can't see. There are even more hammers on this side. And like I said, I like beating the crap out of metal, and you need lots of hammers for that. And I have a torch set up around the corner over that way. And I have a lapidary area over that way. And around the corner that way. That way.
Around the corner that way.
I have a kiln. And yes.
What type of kiln do you have there?
It's a paradigm kiln, and I could do my own lost wax casting, you know. I could do the molds for it and everything, or the setups for them. And I do my own dichroic glass. And I also have a hydraulic press. And I have a big bench shear as well. So that I think that's pretty much all I have in here. Well,
how long have you been making jewelry, Tiffany?
Oh gosh, I don't know. 8 years, 8 years. I don't know. Time gets away. Long time. And then I also, another reason too, is I was in an auto accident, and my physical therapist, I have permanent nerve damage from it, and my physical therapist told me that I would start losing mobility in my hands if I didn't do something to keep up my muscle memory. And they suggested that I do crochet or needlepoint. And I was like, no, that's not me. And so jewelry keeps my hands moving. And what a lot of people don't know, even though I'm able to make jewelry like this, I don't have feeling in most of my fingers. And so, well, it's from the nerve damage. And so it works out well in a way, because I can hurt myself and not know it. So if I smash my hand with a hammer, with my finger with a hammer, I don't really feel it. But on the other side, I burn myself with a torch and I don't feel it. Or I cut myself and I don't feel it. And that's a bad thing.
Yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
bad thing. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So would you tell me, Tiffany, what inspires your art?
You know, it's a lot of things. I can see a shape or a form, and then I can picture that in jewelry. Or sometimes it literally conks me on the head. And I mean, literally. We have a long head, longhorn steer skull hanging on the back wall in our yard. And I was out watering the plants and I literally bonked my head on that.
Oh no.
And ta-da, I decided to make this from bonking my head on the skull. So it's just a lot of different things. And of course, my Native American heritage, I use a lot of the symbols, and I put like a modern spin on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this necklace here is my modern spin on an arrowhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I do that. I like to modernize a lot of things, and I like geometric. I like geometric patterns. I'm kind of like twisty, bendy things. So I kind of like to put a geometric spin on ancient or older designs. I'll kind of put a modern geometric spin on it.
Have you, when you're talking about ancient or modern designs, have you ever looked at the Mount culture designs? A lot of those are geometric. And I know a lot of artists are inspired by them, and people say, oh, that looks so modern.
No, I don't guess I have. I'll have to check that out. Or maybe I haven't, I just didn't know it. I don't know. I'll have to see.
Yeah, yeah. Been looking forward to see what you come up with after you look at that one.
Yeah.
So now, do you get off? And you're not, for those who don't know, Tiffany is not currently in Oklahoma, but do you often get a chance to come back and visit?
I tried to. I had actually planned on coming back for the Trail of Tears art show, but COVID kind of ruined that for us.
I know.
All my family is still back in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I try to get back to visit when I can. It's kind of tough. When I was teaching, it kind of made it hard because, I can't really get away. And spring break's tough to travel. Well, I hate, travel during spring break or whatever. But
Right.
but like I said, I plan on getting back for that, and it just didn't really work out. And the show didn't happen, and traveling wasn't going to happen. But I wanted to get back. I needed to get back to see my family. And
I know. I know a lot of artists were kept on holding out hope for the next show, that the next show would happen in the next show, and then they canceled the holiday. It's virtual this year. It's not canceled. But for artists, that there's not really a good way to participate, which is one of the reasons why we scheduled an online art show through our venue, Oklahoma Indian Festival, for this weekend. I know so many the artists really wish they could see all their patrons and their fans and get the feedback, because that's one of the things artists thrive on. Do you thrive on that feedback from your customers?
I do. Actually, I just had a customer buy one of the necklaces that was one of my favorite pieces, and she just bought it, and she sent me a message telling me that it was the happiest a piece of jewelry had made her, and it really made me feel good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that just fills you up and makes you feel like you're doing something right in this world, doesn't it?
Yeah, feedback like that really makes me happy. Or I do the majority of my sales. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
No
The majority of my sales are through shows and festivals out here, because not a lot of people, I'm sorry, get to see real live Indians, and so they get so excited. And so I've had people actually hug me after buying a piece of my jewelry, and it's like, settle down, but okay, that's cool. I'm happy about it.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. And so that out here, well, people are like, kind of touchy feely out here anyway, but it's a different breed out here. But it's really nice when people get so excited about a piece of your jewelry.
And they show you that appreciation.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any collectors yet? Like people who can't wait for your next great piece, or?
I have a couple of people that actually commission pieces from me.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, so I have probably 3 people who are on a regular basis want me to make specific things for them. So I guess you would call them collectors. So yeah.
Well, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just checking to see if we have any questions. Danette says you're so funny. So it looks like you have a little cheering section happening over there in the comments right now. Let's see. So, what did you do? Okay, what did you do before you started making jewelry, and how did that influence you going into jewelry making?
Let's see. I worked in finance, accounting and finance for years, and I hated it.
That would definitely influence wanting to be more creative, hating something you do.
Yeah, and then I was at Palomar Observatory, and that was fun. I actually headed up the Native American outreach program there.
Oh, and, wow.
Yeah, but that was at the top of a mountain about 2.5 hours away, and that was just such a tough commute driving up there, and I just couldn't do it anymore. But I like doing it. The tribes out here are very different, though. They're not as welcoming, and when we would try and contact them, they were very suspicious and wanted to know what we wanted and why we were contacting them. Even though we were, we would say, hey, we want to help you, or we want to talk to you, and try and speak to you about STEM programs, and talk to your kids, and teach them about astronomy and science, and try and keep them in school, and get them interested in that thing. And a lot of them weren't interested in even talking to us. It was a struggle. It was tough. And then I worked with I would do outreach programs with elementary schools, where I would go and we would set up telescopes and teach them about the night sky and astronomy. And so that was fun. But then my telescope weighs 72 pounds. And
yeah, I couldn't lift that.
Yeah. And so after, a couple of spinal fusion surgeries, it got kind of hard to lift your telescope too. So that was rough. Yeah. So that's what I did. And then I do this, and I love this. I look forward to it every day.
So would you say you're a full-time artist then?
I am. Yeah, I get up every day, and I mean, whether I'm doing sales, this year's been such a tough year, so tough. And I still come out to the studio every single day, even on the weekends, every day, and come out here. And since jewelry is not selling, people don't have money. And my jewelry is higher end jewelry.
Right. You make fine jewelry, not production jewelry. So there's a big difference. And when I look at your pricing, I think it's appropriately priced. Other people may not realize that spending $300 to $500 on a necklace, to them, that's not feasible.
Yeah. So I'm trying to transition into metal art.
Oh,
and
okay.
So yeah. Well, here, let me show you one of the things I've done.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Is that a copper rose, or is that silver?
Yes, it is. It's copper.
Sometimes it's hard to tell with the lighting on screen.
Yeah, I know. And my studio light is so bright because I need to be able to see. So yeah. So I'm transitioning. Like I made one of my, I don't have the stem totally on it. Like I have a big, it's about this big. I made a big sunflower.
Oh,
Yeah. So
sunflowers are very in right now.
yeah. So
If those are ready, you should bring them on the show this Saturday.
yeah, I've got the sunflower sitting over because my bench is kind of smaller for jewelry. So I have it on my lapidary bench. So, but like I said, the stem isn't total. I haven't soldered the stem on there yet, so it's kind of wonky. But yeah, so I'll bring it on Saturday.
So we have several people asking where they can find your jewelry, and you do have a website, correct?
I do, and I also have a Facebook page.
So we'll put those in the comments here afterwards.
Yes.
But it's Cherokee Ridge Jewelry Designs, is that right?
Correct. Is with my name right there. Yep.
Yep. So if you go to Cherokee Ridge Jewelry Designs, like it is on the screen,
on
you should
Facebook.
be able to find that on Facebook and on her website.
My website is just I gotta think real hard there. If it's CherokeeRidgeJewelryDesigns.com or CherokeeRidgeJewelry.com. I don't, it's just a click on my thing, so I never type the whole word in or the whole thing in.
Yeah,
So
I think it's Cherokee Ridge Jewelry.
I think it is too.
Cherokee Ridge Jewelry, yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't want people to have to type a big long.
Right.
I'm doing this. You can't see me. I'm doing this. I'm
Oh, I was doing a little typing too. I've got two screens going here. I have the phone with the questions, and then.
Wow, you're better than I am. I can't. Like, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not a professional at this. I just pretend I am. I like to say. I started this. For those of you who are joining us today, we started the Oklahoma Indian Festival as a one-day event in Tulsa last November. It was going to grow this year. We were doing it at the Mother Road Market from the Tulsa area. You know about the food hall there, and we had everything all set and plans were all done back in March, and then spring break happened and COVID happened, and right now the food hall isn't even open for people to go in. They can still pick up their food, but so I'm guessing we're probably going to be online for a little while longer. When shows canceled, we brought everything online to help out the artists because we are a community. And, you know, artists really miss each other. They miss their fans. They miss being at shows. You know, it's not, well, we'd like to say the money's there too. It's, you know, a lot of artists are professional full-time artists and they need to make a living doing that. And so I was looking for ways to help them. And we put this on, and the first one on in 10 days, and we've been going ever since. And actually, I'm adding more shows as we go, which I wasn't, but you know, by adding more shows, we get to expand who we bring in by bringing in people like Tiffany, who's not here in Oklahoma, but is off in California. So I'm glad that we could do this.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, I'm so excited. I mean, I know if you sat down and talked to some of the other jewelers, you guys, we could talk shop all day long.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's tough. I wish I could be back there with y'all. It would be a lot better.
So somebody in the background has put your website for you on in the comments for everybody.
Oh, well, bless your heart.
I've got some little elves who do things for me in the background.
Oh, thank you.
One of them did that for me. And so your website's on there, and you'll be able to find you on Facebook. Do you have anything coming up or anything special that you're releasing for the Cherokee holiday, or anything you want to share with the viewers?
Anybody who I can't see who's I'm not seeing anything on this. I don't know if I'm like doing it wrong or anything. I'm not good at this stuff. So I don't see questions or who's on here or anything.
Oh, okay. So I do have a question from one of, actually she's an artist herself. She wanted to know, have you or haven't you expanded your business into the powwow world?
Oh, I don't see. The thing is, I'm so removed out here that it's hard for me to know what's going on. I don't know how to even keep track of any of that stuff. I don't know if there's like some link somewhere to find anything like that. It's tough for me. I see all of the California stuff, but I don't see any of the Oklahoma stuff or any of the powwow things.
Get involved with the powwows out there in California? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the powwows out here are not my tribe, so I don't feel comfortable following along with theirs. The only powwow I ever knew about was the one that I would pass on the way up to Palomar Mountain, and there was one every year, like right by the Pechanga Resort. There was like one that I would see. But other than that, I never see. And nobody out here, they don't advertise anything. They don't promote anything. I never hear anything about anything. So I never know. I know that sounds sad.
Well, maybe they'll see you because this has been shared to social distance powwow, and
oh, okay. Well, good.
they'll reach out. Yeah. In fact, it's probably streaming on there right now as we speak because I got the notification that they approved it.
Excellent.
So, any parting words for any aspiring jewelers?
Well, if you start taking jewelry class, or if you're interested, take a class once you can, and watch YouTube videos. But once you can take a class, when you start taking a class, my first class, I felt like a big dummy, and I didn't understand half of the lingo or what was going on. And I was embarrassed to ask questions. Ask questions and don't feel like a dummy, and keep it up. And you might think your work is crap at first, because I would do something and then I would throw it in the drawer because I thought it was bad. And like a year later, I would take the piece out and I looked at it, I'm like, hey, this actually wasn't bad. And I thought it was horrible, but it really wasn't. So keep it up. And even if you do a piece and you think it's horrible, don't give up. Keep working with it, and it might go in another direction and then turn into something totally different and be beautiful. So keep it up and work with it. And a lot of times the metal, I'll have something in mind and the metal's like, it ain't going that way. I'm going to do this and you're going to listen to me. And so I'll say, okay, let's see what you got to tell me. And then I'll follow it, and then I won't fight it. And then we work together, and it turns into something really beautiful. I know that sounds kind of corny, but
no, it doesn't. I totally get it. First of all, we as artists are our own worst critics.
yeah.
We see every mistake, flaw in what we make, and then sometimes, my own creative process starts that way. I start with an idea, and then, a couple left turns, right turns, and I end up at something completely different for a finished product.
And you can't be a perfectionist, because if you're a perfectionist, it's not handmade.
Exactly. It's not. And handmade does have those little flaws in it that, somebody else may not pick up on, but we certainly, if we go back and look at our work and go, oh my gosh, I can't.
Oh, our eye goes directly to it, but nobody else is going to know it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. I hope you enjoyed being on here as much as we enjoyed having you today.
Well, thank you. And I hope I didn't bore anybody or make anybody think I'm a dummy.
No, when you look at the comments, you have your own little fan group in there. And they really are for you. I mean, you'll see those when you get off. Just look at the comments on the main feed on the Oklahoma Indian Festival page, and feel free to answer any of those questions you want to.
All right. Well, thank you, anybody who showed up, and I appreciate it.
And before we leave, I just want to remind you all that we have another interview tonight at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time with Jan, and she is a beater. And when I say beater, I don't mean someone who just strings little beads on.
No, you mean she beats people.
Oh my gosh, no, not beat. So she creates beautiful beaded wearable art, amongst other things. So Jan will be joining us here at 7 o'clock. So we hope Central Time. So we hope you can join us again tonight. And then we have a couple more interviews coming up with artists throughout the week. And of course, the big show is on Saturday. And Tiffany will be back here with a big show and showing off all her pretty stuff that she makes.
And I'll have a giveaway for you on Saturday. Anybody
You'll have a giveaway. That's good to know. Post that in the comments
I will.
of the event so people know what you're doing.
I will.
And so be sure to come back Saturday. You'll meet all of the artists then. They're all phenomenal artists. I mean, we don't have anything less than phenomenal artists here. So, wado, everyone.
Bye.